So guys, I just wanted to share, as my title of my video highlighted, what is inappropriate sinus tachycardia or IST and how it affects one's ability to garden and some tips that one can implement in their gardening. So some time ago I did a video on if sometimes you do feel to give up in gardening. And I had mentioned a few reasons that one might get discouraged and so forth. I might feel to give up. Another reason that I did not mention in that video, but is a factor, is if someone has inappropriate sinus tachycardia. So first of all, let us establish what is that. So inappropriate sinus tachycardia means dealing with an abnormally fast resting heart rate, usually over 100 beats per minute without any obvious cause such as exercise or stress. The sinus node, which is the heart's natural pacemaker, fires too quickly, leading to symptoms that can affect daily life. So some common symptoms of IST is rapid heart rate, even at rest or with minimal exertion, heart palpitations, feeling your heart pounding or racing, dizziness or lightheadedness, which can happen, for example, with me if I stoop down or I bend over and then stand back up. I would get what is called a blackout and I would start to feel dizzy. Fatigue, sometimes extreme due to the heart working harder than necessary. So I have a lot of, that's the problem that I have, that if I do any activity, I'm exhausted and fatigued after because my heart rate is just constantly high, and so I have to rest. So I will do something, but then after that I have to go and rest for a few hours, to bring my heart rate down. So you're constantly feeling fatigued. Shortness of breath, anxiety-like sensations, even if not anxious, exercise intolerance, feeling exhausted too quickly. Again, I've always had this problem with exercise intolerance. I will just start literally within 5 minutes because remember, the heart rate is already high and then you exert yourself just minimally and it goes up even higher. So you're out of breath quickly and so forth. So those are some of the common symptoms of IST. Daily challenges with IST, physical limitations. Simple activities like standing up, walking upstairs, or carrying groceries may cause a sudden heart rate spike. Emotional impact. The unpredictable nature of IST can lead to anxiety about symptoms even if there's no heart disease present. Sleep disruptions. Some people experience an elevated heart rate at night, making it hard to fall asleep or stay asleep. There are times that I would get up with my heart racing already, so that wakes me up actually. Sensitivity to stimulants like caffeine, alcohol, spicy foods, and even dehydration can make symptoms worse. Living with a heart rate over 100 beats per minute every time you stand up, which happens to me, especially if it stays elevated for long periods, can be physically draining and may have some long-term effects. But the level of danger depends on factors like how high your heart rate gets, how long it stays elevated, and whether it causes other symptoms. So that is the definition of inappropriate sinus tachycardia, or IST for short. So now that we know what it is, let's talk about how it affects your gardening. So IST can definitely affect your ability to garden, depending on the severity of your symptoms and the kind of gardening task you're doing. Here's how it might come into play. Fatigue and weakness. Gardening often involves standing, bending, and light physical activity, all of which can trigger a high heart rate in IST. This can lead to fatigue much quicker than usual. Tasks that seem mild, like digging, watering, or pulling weeds, might leave you unusually tired or lightheaded. Palpitations or shortness of breath. Bending over or squatting, like when you're planting or pruning, can sometimes worsen symptoms. You may notice an increase in heart palpitations. My dog just walked in here. I thought he was going to do something to my plant. You may notice an increase in heart palpitations or feel short of breath even after short bursts of activity. Again, this is something that I deal with. You have heard, I mean, I'm sure you probably can hear it now because I feel a little bit of shortness of breath, but many times you would hear me in my videos when I'm talking to you guys, you will hear me short of breath, and that's because of my IST. Heat sensitivity. Gardening in warm weather can worsen IST symptoms, as heat often causes your heart rate to spike further. You might feel dizzy or uncomfortable more easily on sunny or hot days. Pacing and recovery. Your body might take longer to recover after gardening sessions, so you may need to pace yourself more carefully, taking frequent breaks and staying hydrated. So here are some tips now to garden with IST. Work during cooler times, early morning or evening. So for me, I'm a morning person because I don't sleep through the night. I'm up way out of the morning. So I start my walk around or whatever garden, activities I have to do. I try to do it early in the morning before the sun, it's really hot. Use raised beds or containers to reduce the need to bend or squat. Now that may not always be possible. Even if you do have containers like I do, sometimes you still have to bend down, to access it. So here's what I would suggest to you for that. In getting back up, get up slowly. The thing with IST, you have to make slow movements. Any fast movements, you're going to get a blackout, okay? Truth be told, sometimes I myself forget and I would get up too quickly and I will get a blackout. But right now I'm sitting on a stool. So if you can get a stool so that you don't have to bend over, you can stay sitting, and like say right here, I have a raised bed here. Because I'm sitting, I can just access it here, or if I'm working with a plant here, I'm sitting. So get a stool that you can use in your garden, and of course when you're getting up, remember, get up slowly, okay? So that's the next suggestion here. Sit while working, of course, when possible. Take frequent breaks and monitor how you're feeling. So with that point, what I would do is when I realize that, for example, if I have to lift a pot, that will cause an exertion for me and my heart rate will go up. If I have to mix soil, like I have a trough where I would mix soil, just the act of using my hands will cause my heart rate to go up really high. And if it goes up really high, I start to feel dizzy. And so I know, and you know what, Laura, that's it for the day. That's it. You need to stop. Go take a shower. I have to put on my AC because remember, heat does not help to bring down your heart rate, but it actually keeps it up. So I have to put on my AC so that my room is cool, and I sit on my recline chair, I stay quiet, and sometimes I put on music. That also helps, that calms. So no talking, cool room, some music, and that helps to bring down my heart rate. Okay? Stay well hydrated, as dehydration can worsen tachycardia. So what I would do is as soon as I go inside, I will drink some water, right, once I'm outside. Wear a heart rate monitor if you want to track exertion levels. So yeah, those are some of the tips to gardening with IST or inappropriate sinus tachycardia. So I just wanted to share that with you because, that video that I did when I asked, do you sometimes feel to give up? And, I had mentioned about whether it is that you have animals coming into your garden and every time it starts to grow, they will kill the plants, and so you have to start from scratch again, which is very frustrating because remember, first of all, the seeds take time to germinate. Then it takes time for you to take care of that seedling. And then now when you have transplanted it, if an animal comes, your dog comes and destroys it, they have just shown you back weeks. Like it might even be a month, because some seeds take, you know, it can take from 2 to, there's like, I think some of the seeds can take up to 21 days to germinate. So imagine you did all of that and then, you know, it got killed. It can set you back. That can be discouraging. But I also wanted to include IST, or inappropriate sinus tachycardia, because some of you out there may have this problem. You might relate to what I'm saying. You might say, hey, yes, you know, this happens to me as well. That can also discourage you from wanting to garden, because sometimes, truth be told, guys, sometimes I'm so exhausted that I don't even have the energy to come out into the garden, and the plants would suffer if I miss a few days, because just missing a few days, either you will see it wilting, or aphids will take over and I'll have an aphid infestation because I was not on top of things. And I have realized as I am getting older that I cannot do as much as I used to do. I'm getting exhausted more easily. And so, yeah, that can be discouraging, and you might feel, you know, like, you might feel to give up, you know, like, oh, I just don't have the energy to do it. But at the same time, you realize that you need to do it, because gardening is what actually helps you to keep going, so to speak. It's you know, it's a therapy for you. So that's why I wanted to share those tips with you, that you can implement these tips and still continue with your gardening. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you know anyone that has something similar that they can relate to, feel free to share the video with them. As I always say, knowledge is power. You never stop learning. So thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye for now.